I'm not kidding you guys. Are you ready for something really cool?
That's awesome.
Long range shot, first coyote, David's sister Krissy on the trigger.
That is so awesome.
We're going to be talking to her and David. And it'll be all about 6.5 Creed, 363-yard shot, and everything having to do with it.
Perfect shot. Look at that.
This is where we're walking up and checking it out.
Perfect.
I mean, look at that, just dead. I mean, David and I were talking about it.
How far was it?
And right here,
363.
363.
You just dialed for it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is basically the aftermath, and I think it worked out really well. And
Point it towards me.
Whoa, hold on, guys. I think we should back it up to that morning and show how we got here.
Warning, this video contains images of legal hunting activities. If you are offended by these types of images, please leave now.
Okay, so she's right. So Krissy came on down, and we were right smack dab in the center of Nevada, hunting coyotes on a big farm field. First thing, though, that morning is she got prepared and was out with the CZ shooting 17 HMR. She shot also Franklin Armory 17 WSM, and then I bumped her up to one of my 17 fireballs. So here's some of the CZ shots right here. Look at this guy. So close. He's eating. David and I are going back and forth trying to explain where it is. David can't see it because they're in a different area from me, who is running the camera. But they see it. We start talking about it.
I'm recording.
This is the 17 HMR. Dead. That's nerves. It is
Chris,
dead.
what 17 HMR? What gun is that? CZ?
Let him get up a little
Let's
bit.
see what the fireball does. 17 fireball.
Give him a second.
Okay, this one's interesting because you see what he's doing right there?
So hold on.
He's eating a dead one that we shot earlier.
Oh, crap.
You're going to see when he comes back here, the blood all over the side of him.
Okay, shoot him. Wait,
I-
hold on, wait.
See the
I
blood
got
on
him.
him?
Yeah.
So
Hold on. Get back on the gun.
I'll let it run.
Back on the gun. He's got one round. He's going back up the hill. He's going back. He's back at the dead one. So hold on. I am focused. He's shiny.
Going back for some to eat.
Moving. I'm on him again.
Come back up to the red blood pile. Hold on.
Well, he's right there. Yep.
There you go. Yummy.
No, wait till he gets higher. There. Good shot.
Hammered it.
Fireball.
So that was with the 17 fireball, center fire. So now, basically what it's going to go into is me recording David and Krissy walking out. There she is with the Franklin Armory 17 WSM. And I'm going to let it go, and you got to hear everything we're talking about. Then we'll all three jump in.
Okay. So here's what's going on, you guys. Got this coyote way out there. He's going after ground squirrels. Got David and Chris right there. They're working their way out to that pivot wheel. It's 270 yards to the pivot wheel. Then they will range it again. He's using the 6.5 Creed, but Chris is going to shoot this one.
All right, so right here, the coyote has to be out about 700 yards. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get between the coyote and have that tire blocking us as we try to get into a good shooting position. So he's out there moving, so it's constantly a game of trying to move left or right as we're walking out to make sure that his view is
Get all the ground
obstructed.
squirrels on alert.
Okay. Krissy, how do you feel about it when you're walking behind him?
I was really nervous, but I was very excited. I was
Cool watching him hunt.
nervous he was going to run. My blazing gray sweatshirt was going to scare him off because I forgot my coat. I was afraid of getting cold and shivering, missing the shot. I was a bundle of nerves. Just walking behind my brother.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Well, once you got to the spot, were you guys able to see the coyote clearly?
Yeah, once we got there, we were able to see him clearly. It was more trying to find a stable shooting position because the way that the tire was angled, it made it pretty difficult. Like we couldn't just set up the bipod on it and have it at a perpendicular angle. So it took a little bit of effort to try to find a nice solid shooting position to make sure we had the best shot of it.
Okay, once you did you go over with Krissy real quick how to use the Veracity pH? Like how to dial it, the heads up display, or did you do the dialing for her?
I was on the spotting scope.
Okay.
She got behind the rifle and you talk about it, you were adjusting it.
Yes, he was calling out the numbers and I was dialing it as I was looking through the scope. It was a pretty awesome feature. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to, see it clearly enough without my glasses, but that scope was pretty intense to use. It really was.
Okay. And then when you guys were proned out, could you see the coyote or could you only see parts of it because it was going in and out of some depressions on there?
I remember she said that, hey, I don't see it. And I was higher than what she was. I was hiding behind the tire while she was prone. And there's a couple times when the coyote was hunting, it would run behind a little swell and she had no sight of it. So we had to wait for the coyote to hunt and get into a position where she was actually able to see the entire body.
So you could see it on the ground rules, because I mean everybody's going to see. The people in the east who don't understand, like right there, it's hunting. It's try to catch one that went down the hole.
Anywhere
don't understand how many ground squirrels we have. This is early February, so
it was really amazing, and I didn't even notice most of them because I was so hyper focused on the coyote and I was so excited. So other than watching where his nose was going and trying to stay on him because he was moving most of the time, now that I'm looking back at the video, I'm seeing all these little heads popping out and all these little squirrels around. I did not know that.
There were a lot. So, okay, so once the moment happened, tell us about the moment, because it hasn't hit quite yet. He's kind of doing it. I'm actually sitting there telling people in the video, and they can hear a little bit of it here and there. I'm saying they're going to wait till it stops, like that. So now we're coming up on that moment. It's coming up here in, I don't know, a few minutes or whatever, a couple minutes. So David, how did you know was the right time? Did you just say, okay, we can see it, get on it, I will tell you when to pull the trigger?
Pretty much, yeah. We were waiting for it to match. What I didn't want to do is I didn't want to woof, because sometimes these coyotes, once you woof, a lot of times they're curious, but I've had them other times where they just take off and they tear for the stage, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted the coyote to
stop. 1 second, because here's the shot right here. Like that. And then I'm repeating the shot. Krissy, how did you feel? Did you see it drop in the scope?
Yes. I kept eyes on it until, because I was almost in disbelief. I was like, I got it. Yes, I got it. It felt amazing. I was just
relieved too?
Yeah, I was relieved, but I was just the excitement from my brother, next to me and sharing that experience with me, and just in the moment. And he's like, yes. And I'm like, yeah.
David, jump up and put his arms up, and you're like, that was awesome.
I had to keep looking also, because I'm like, is it staying down? Yes, it's staying down.
Right now, we're actually recording a video.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
Yeah.
Cool. So then I went back and kind of showed where it was. and then went back to you, and you guys were standing up and everything like that, recording the video. And I'm talking about, I just kept saying it's awesome. Because from my perspective, out there seeing it, there's David. Super excited, a big smile. Ground squirrels are all happy. They're running around cheering and stuff.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, from my perspective, it was so cool watching it just play out in front of me, watching the coyote. I mean, the time went by pretty quick, but you know. Now, how do you feel, Krissy, walking up to your first coyote that you kill at 363 yards?
You know, the distance was not even on my mind. I didn't realize how far it was until we were actually walking up to him. Like, this is quite far.
Yeah. Well, it's 3.5 football fields.
Yeah, but that scope it made it seem like it was right in front of me, and it was just a surreal experience. And I'm so happy that I got to share it with my brother. I'm just beyond words.
Yeah, the smiles, like the next picture coming up right here, the smiles were big. And David, how do you feel? You know, your little sister went out there, took your custom rifle that you're going to talk about here in a few minutes, and smoked it. I mean, absolutely smoked it.
It was amazing to see the whole thing. I mean, just the whole experience for her, right?
Yep.
And honestly, the setup made it, I think, a lot easier because, you know, we've hunted a long time in a lot of different situations. Sometimes gear makes or breaks a hunting trip. You know, if you're not set up adequately, it can really hinder your experience. And the rifle, everything was set up there that day. The optic was very intuitive. And
so now that the pictures are rolling out of the rifle and the setup and everything, tell us about it. I mean, we know about the Veracity PH, we discussed it, all that stuff, but tell us about the whole build itself. I mean, I'm going to link the video we had originally when we took this out, ironically on the same field, same day, everything, but you talk about it once again for this video. Okay.
So some of the one model I don't know, I'll go through what I do know is on here.
Yep.
It's the Burris Veracity PH, awesome optic. And I'm pretty sure it's paired with Burris's rings. The action is, this is a Zermatt action, and phenomenal action, really smooth. We had a great time with it. The barrel is a Krieger barrel. The suppressor is a Thunder Beast Ultra 9 and 6.5.
The barrel is, so everybody knows, this is 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah, 6.5 Creed.
6.5
yeah, and it's an Accutac bipod. I don't exactly know which one it is. I have several.
Yeah, I have it. I have that info. I'll pop it in here.
And then it's on an MTA a hybrid chassis. So it's a pretty lightweight rifle overall.
I know the trigger we used in it is the Bixen Andy Dakota trigger, which we like a lot, and we've done extensive write-ups on it. We're on our site.
So, Krissy, to wrap everything up, I mean, you were shooting you shot AR-15s, you shot some small bolt actions at ground squirrels, you shot, you know, the centerfire 17 Fireball, then you get to a completely 100% custom-made rifle that your brother basically said, this is what I want to build for Varminter stuff, and to get some of this exactly what we're doing here. How did it feel being behind that rifle? And I mean, how did it feel? How'd the trigger pull go? Everything.
So I was afraid it was going to be heavy, but it really wasn't that bad. It was really smooth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think about recoil? Did you even notice?
No, there was no recoil at all. I mean, just the trigger pull, click, and that was about it.
Boom.
The scope.
You saw the impact, so it didn't knock you off.
So Dave, speaking of that real quick, what cartridge were you shooting? Is it hand loads or factory? Do you remember?
I think these were 143 grain ELDX Hornady ammo.
Okay. Yeah, and Horny's been real good to us. They've sent us a lot of stuff for our testing and a project we have that we're going to be announcing very soon. So cool. Well, anything else? Any other feelings or thoughts on it?
I just thought it was an amazing day, man. It was great.
It was.
You want to do it again? I mean, you guys have wolves up there.
Oh, yeah, but it's a little bit different. That would be a totally different experience.
That's true.
Definitely want to do that again, though.
Awesome. Well, great. Thanks, guys, for joining us. You got David from Varminter Magazine also. He's one of our writers and custom rifle build editors and all that. And then Krissy, which is his little sister who smoked this coyote. So, thanks for watching. Go ahead and if you would please like, subscribe, share, and then also you can hit one of the links right here on the end row, and it'll take you over to a quick article or to our site for everything else. Thanks. See you on varminter.com.